This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Brooklyn, New York, as the Nets take it to the hardwood here at the Barclays Center. Last game for the Nets, they picked up a W against the Bulls in Chicago. A 3-point win in it. Always nice to come out on top in a close game.
Well, that one was a very physical game, and it played right into their hands. A lot of their points came at the foul line.
Yeah, and it also led to a lot of foul trouble for some of the key guys they were up against. So don't forget about that part of it either.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, Shaquille O'Neal. And for the Nets, Joe Johnson and Gerald White, the 2 and the 4. Brook Lopez is out there with Evans, and it's Williams at the 1 spot.
And Joe Johnson now in his 12th season out of Arkansas, one of the best swingmen in basketball. And of course, he's one of the highest paid players in the league, so I think fans sometimes expect more out of him. But he's still a very solid player. And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
I like that. Foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
And for players with the big contracts, there's always that added pressure, guys, to live up to it. And Clark, that's a tough thing to do sometimes.
Yeah, you said a mouthful there, Kevin. It's so true. Sometimes guys strike the contract lottery and end up being pressured to live up to that. In Joe Johnson's case, for some fans it feel as though he's not been a franchise-type player. But for my money, he's as good a player as there is at creating his own shot, playing his business, and being a guy who can perform in the clutch. Outstanding all-around basketball, especially at the offensive.
First team foul.
Lopez passes to Evans. Back to Lopez. Takes it right up.
Talk about a great start. 3 of 3 from the field to get the game going. They took an advantage. So, the Bulls have been a regular fixture in the playoffs since joining the league, literally. I mean, with the help of Michael Jordan, they have become, along with the Celtics, one of the most storied franchises in the Eastern Conference.
Ray Robinson is checked in for Kirk Henry. Clark, this offense has really been good.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they're playing with so much energy offensively. The ball is really moving.
And since Brown is heading up in Chicago, the city is really positive. A lot of pride and winning tradition here with the Bulls. And Steve, that goes a long way. You were a Bull player at one time. You know all about that club.
Yeah, no better place to play in the NBA than Chicago. When you're winning, the whole city loves it. Obviously, Michael Jordan was the main reason for that era. But so much history now before the Bulls. And they sell out game after game. Unbelievable fan support.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
And the cold night they had from the field was really what lost them that game, guys.
Yeah, but there were some things they could have done to improve their percentage that they did not do, Steve. For example, better screens, better ball movement, crisper passes. I needed to see more of that.
See how the East is stacking up. You look at Chicago. And, of course, the Brooklyn Nets. They're tied right now.
But the move to Brooklyn now continues to look back at how the Nets fared in terms of playoff appearances during their time in New Jersey. They did a decent job of getting to the playoff in New Jersey.
The finals a couple times. It was hard, Steve, when the Nets were in the ABA. They won the 3 titles in 5 years, but the New Jersey version just didn't have that same success.
Well, the best years for the Nets were probably when Jason Kidd was running the show back a few years ago. He made the finals in consecutive years. But now it's a chance to start new in Brooklyn, start something special. And they're going to bank on this new venue, new location to try to jumpstart their franchise.
Let's go to the center of the Bulls coach.
Does enable our perimeter guys to treat the play up and aggressive. So Kevin, pressure D and shot blocking, something to look out for.
Lunch Doors, and his Doors provided the details, guys. The way they plan to attack defensively will be early on, won't it?
Yeah, and early is the key word there, Kevin. If they can string together some stops right away, I think it'll really set the tone.
Which is just what they're going to be after, guys. They love to turn this into a defensive battle.
Nets leading by 3.
Well, what I love about Tom Thibodeau, guys, is just how hard these teams play. And you know they can hit it because Thibodeau is so meticulous in his preparation. But the guys play hard for him, and you can tell they really enjoy him and they really like him because they really get after it for him.
And goes to the reverse layup and pops it in.
What a move. He saw a window on the other side of the rim and whipped it around for the immaculate reverse.
Williams with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Blatch kicks to Wallace. Back to Blatch. And he converts the layup. And for Coach Tom Thibodeau, Steve, it took a long time to land a head coaching position. Some say his intense style scared off some teams. They worried about his gruff demeanor. I think just the opposite. I think that, a lot of teams were welcoming him. He was going to bring some order, some discipline, some structure.
They just didn't have the personality that some teams are looking for in terms of relationships, sound bites, that kind of stuff. And he didn't play. So he was really a guy who had to work his way up the ladder. Obviously, has turned into one of the best coaches in the league. But it's tougher for guys who didn't come from an NBA background.
Open with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And one of the trademarks of the many best point guards in the league, their ability to score in addition to distribute. So here now a look at the top scoring point guards this season. Deron Williams, 4.
Well, this is a group of guys who have that uncanny knack to simply score and deliver the offense in addition to running the offense. Star-studded bunch of guys.
Yeah, I agree with you. The thing that to me makes these guys special, Steve, is that they can do so many things to enable and help their offense. Not all point guards in the league have the unique combination of skills to produce that these guys do. And they've done it on a night-in, night-out basis, and I've marveled at their consistency as well.
We gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Gerald Wallace.
In his day, Gerald Wallace is one of the best athletes in the NBA. I think he's lost a step, but he's still a very explosive player, ability to get out in transition and just blow by slower defenders.
Chris Humphries is checked in for Reggie Evans. Here's Butler. Here's Robinson. Outside down. The 3. Oh, trial for it. Chris Humphries comes up with the rebound. And for Jerry Wells, not just for the athleticism, but for the length and explosiveness at that small forward position. Wow, some kind of athlete.
Kevin, he's been one of those guys that can play the forward position for you.
Shooting for Brooklyn.
He had a season with double-digit rebounding. He plays so big. So, tons of guys you go after when you got a guy like Wallace.
Chicago making some changes. Nazi Mohammed checked in for Noah. Gibson comes in.
CJ
The Nets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
This is a kind of a mediocre free throw shooting team. They're sitting there at about 73% as a unit.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the basket by Mohammed.
The defense has to prevent the ball from getting down into that area if they're going to be successful, guys.
Feeds to Humphries. Over Dang. The rebound by Gibson. Now running up the court, Robinson. The three-pointer, no good.
Defensive foul.
And the whistle goes. It's going to be Michael Villanova.
CJ
First
Jackson.
foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Nets have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental.
Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Nets out in front, up by 12. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And guys, the Nets enjoy a nice lead here.
So difficult to get a shot off against this defense. They are really playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard and they pride themselves on making it tough for their opponents.
Chicago
Hogan's is out there with Watson. That's Blatch in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Nets 5. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Chicago.
Well, they call him Crash for a reason, Kevin. I mean, his ability to create havoc on the floor, diving for loose balls, getting offensive rebounds. He's just got that combination of size and speed, 3-4 position that is really tough to do.
And his athleticism really elevates that hustle play of his to an elite talent. I mean, he covers a lot of ground getting in passing lanes. And one other thing is when he gets in transition, we all know he can finish.
And Muhammad kicks to Gibson. And dang, here we go. A stupendous finish in traffic. Dang's got his third basket of the night.
That's 10 straight points inside, too.
And this really is such an interesting time for the Nets because the move to Brooklyn, I think, has elevated the image of that franchise. You know, they used to be the little brothers to the Knicks and playing across the river in New Jersey. But now they basically are sharing the spotlight in the Big Apple, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Here's Blatch. Here's Humphries. And finally they hit one. And the Nets lead by 18.
You don't box him out more effectively than that. He's going to eat you up on the offensive board.
Ray Robinson is checked in for Kirkland. Yeah, Nick.
Power punch right there. Did you see that?
Oh, we got to see that one again. We've got to see that again.
I need a replay. I'm not sure what I just looked at.
Second chance effort. Humphries with the bucket. Humphries has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, if you look at the scoreboard, you think they were the team cheering and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I like the energy they're playing with here, Steve. I mean, a nice uptick in their second chance points.
Dang can't get it to go. Nets leading by 19. Johnson dishes to Wallace. Here's Blatch. And he finishes nicely on the hooks. Blatch has got 6.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint. So offensively, you've got to make an adjustment.
At the line.
Yeah, you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's way too easy. At some point, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen. You know, in this day and age, teams do turn over a little bit more. Not like the old days where you keep the same roster for close to a decade. And despite that turnover, you do see that some teams with good management still find a way to stay on top.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Rick Lopez is checked in for Blatch. Johnson comes in for Keith Bogans.
Incredible.
How about that elevation? Man, some major hops and vertical there.
That's your point guard right there, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable, aren't they? Some of the best athletes in the world playing that position.
Amazing. This guy's able to create and dominate.
Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Oh, we've got a moment here. Let's take a look at Brook Lopez and some of his numbers. 7th in blocks. He was 10th in scoring. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, he's done a nice job of creating good looks for himself.
You know, Steve, he's doing what very few players in the league are really capable of, and that's impact his game through his low post defensive presence. And he's He's one of the best shot blockers in the game in terms of his ranking, so no surprise.
Marco Bellinelli.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Carlos Boozer's checked in for Gibson. And Daquan Cook's subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Bulls making a switch here. Bellinelli's checked in. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Bellinelli's got his first basket of the night. Williams attacking. Here's Lopez.
Simply said, a tremendous rebound and a tremendous square.
He was a non-possession.
That's the kind of energy that we always get night after night.
The defense caught dozing off that time.
Those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort.
Johnson, Bellinelli is covering. Johnson can't get it to go.
Even though he missed it.
Tore it down that time.
Well, Robinson is a constant threat to heat up in a hurry, Kevin. He's one of those guys who has unlimited confidence, even when it's not quite warranted. He just gets out there, and he thinks he's going to make every shot, and he races around the floor and creates havoc. Great guy to have coming off the bench.
He's ideal to have coming off your bench. He'll do anything he needs to do to win to help you win. Make competitive, and he's a terrific athlete. He's not contributing with points, he'll be contributing with chin. You gotta love that about him, man. Enthusiasm is contagious.
Reggie Evans, who's checked in for the Knicks. Marshawn Brooks comes in.
This defense is porous right now. I mean, way too many looks coming from inside the paint.
It's 4 straight buckets now in the paint, and anybody in the NBA is going to make shots from there.
Bulls shooting at 7 of 8 attempts at the foul line tonight.
And their success rate when they started this season is 77%.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
51 seconds left here in the second. It's Williams with the drive. The dish to Brooks. That's the free fly. They grab their own miss. Here's Evans. Here's Lopez.
No time wasted getting back off the ground when you got his hands on the ball. I like that quickness of jump.
And that's the idea, right? You know, take it back up strong.
Yeah, of course. I mean, no reason to hold on to it any longer than you have to.
Here's Dang. Pass to Noah. And he slams it in one-handed.
And that's exactly what you call a high percentage hoop there.
Sure is. A one-handed throwdown. Gotta love it.
Williams gets a screen from Lopez. Brooks with a screen on Robinson. Lopez heads a screen for Williams. Williams gets a screen from Lopez. Williams kicks to Lopez. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. It'll count. Got it off in time, but it's no good. The score, and we finished one half of basketball.
46. The Bulls. 34.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarter.
What a night for Gerald Walker. He's got 11 points and a couple of assists. You know, overall, he was really solid in the first half. Definitely bringing the intensity.
Just driving the offense.
Here's where Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half. The front court, who on the down, Carlos Boozer and Joakim Noah in the middle. Nate Robinson is out there with Bellinelli.
This team has to tighten up inside. Way too many easy hoops in the lane.
Yep, that's 5 straight buckets they've given up from the key now, and it's hurting them.
Evans. Can't get it to go. Great defense that time from Noah. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Joakim Noah is a double-double guy. Pretty much 10 and 10 every night. Not numbers that blow you away, but just provide exactly what the Bulls need. The toughness, the energy, the rebounding. And that's why this club is where they are today. Not just Derrick Rose, but the interior defense and rebounding.
Down low. Two-handed jam.
Went for the two-hand throw down there. Needed safety and power.
That's how you do it.
Yep. No, nothing fancy, but he finished with 4.
How about the soft hands right there to make that catch and lane?
That's sweet. Not the most forceful for the start, but now you're a little bit more strength.
Yeah, Jimmy was okay.
And that was nice, too. That was a finesse finish that got the job done.
And for Noah, he's just so well-rounded as a player. Great defender, making slow passes.
Well, the total with him is larger than the individual parts. I mean, he's a terrific teammate, and he's a big part of why the Bulls have been successful since he's been there.
And that one's good. Boozer's got his second best of the game.
And he will punish an opponent for giving him that much room from mid-range. He'll hit that all day.
A leaner. Again, and that's the 2.
Everything's going right now. 4 for 5 shooting. Didn't concede. They got their offense cooking.
Villanova is guarded by Johnson. And then Johnson's going to back up.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Yeah, fans not happy at all with that whistle.
And the fans, as you would expect, not allowing their feelings to be kept on mute. They didn't care for that.
Gerald Waltz is checked in for Brooklyn. Richard Hamilton's checked in for the Bulls. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for the Bulls. Walker with the rebound. Evans has got his 4th rebound in this one. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
Very close game, but it boiled down to foul trouble. I thought that was the key because a lot of those starters had to go to the bench.
They get it again. Time call here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
There's too many easy buckets in and around the paint. So he wants to put a stop to it. Next timeout is going to be used to try to tighten up the defense.
Guys, at this level, they won't miss often if you keep giving up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here.
And to go back to the point Steve just made, how many times have we seen Clark close games come down to the foul situation?
Well, a lot of times, Kevin, you're exactly right. I mean, that's what that one came down to. If they didn't cause that foul trouble, I think it would have turned out differently.
Changing it up. Ozzie Muhammad checked in for Noah. Montage Gibson is subbed in for Carlos Boozer. A 3 off the inbound. Gets it to go.
Clearly, a defensive breakdown there, guys. They didn't play him close enough on the inbound, and then gave up the triple.
Williams attacking. Back to Blotch. Takes it up. Sends it on the run.
The one-handed flush. There you go.
A nice strong finish there.
Punched it home.
And Heinrich gets it to go down on the assist from Richard Hamilton. Heinrich's got his first points of the night. Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Heinrich. It's Williams with the drive. Wallace. Lodge sets the pick for Wallace. Goes up. And Buck shoots it in.
Boy, that's hard-nosed sandpaper basketball right there. A lot of little friction in there.
Oh, I love the way you described that. How was it ever? Nobody was going to get to the rim by now.
Oh, man, with the violent putback to finish it off.
Here's Gallinelli. Hit his low. And the ref saying he kicked it. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Brooklyn sits right now. 10th in rebound, 13th in field goal percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in fewest turnovers. When you can be in that company, you're giving yourself a chance to be a winning team.
And the rebounding is really the next step I'm looking at right there with all those numbers you talked about, Clark. This is a team that really tries to be physical, and when they're able to secure boards, that does a lot of things for them. It helps their defense, keeping teams from getting second chance opportunities against them. And here's the pass through.
Chicago with the ball. They trail by 16. This is it to Gibson. The tide for the ball. And Deron Williams pulls it down.
Well, they've built a big lead here so far, and a lot of it has to do with how well they've been rebounding.
Every time they made a shot during the rebound, it's really allowed them to get out to this lead.
Keith Bogans, he's checked in for the Nets.
Well, what can I say about Joe Johnson? I know he's an enigma to some, but he's one of my favorite players to watch. A big guy for a wing player at 6'7", probably about 240 pounds, chiseled up, and just a tremendous skill level. He can really do it all, especially offensively.
They set the pick. The open shot. Williams.
He's been so solid. You got to keep him out there on the floor. Really doing a nice job for the offense.
Richard Hamilton on the wing. In space. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. Hamilton's got 5. And Joe Johnson, a good athlete, not a guy with blow-by speed, but with his size and ball handling ability. You know, Steve, he can just play over the top of most defenders. He's so wide.
Yeah, Johnson can get his shot just about any time he wants, Kevin. It's the length. It's also the strength. I mean, he's got such a strong body and good ball handling ability, as you said. So he gets his hip on you when he has the ball. There's not a whole lot you can do about it.
Nice shot by Hamilton.
Another good offensive possession for him. He's trying to shoulder the load here for his team.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clock. That's all about it. Possession. C.J. Watson, he's checked in for Deron Williams. The Bulls also changing it up. 14 Miller, he's checked in for Muhammad. Boozer comes in for Taj Gibson. And Nate Robinson is subbed in for Kirk Heinrich. And there's the foul time, C.J. Watson. That's foul number 2 for him. There's 21 seconds left to play in the third. Bulls have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting this season.
And this is why they have the big lead. The rebounding has been dominant.
You know, guys, the +8 rebounding, I don't think it tells the whole story. I mean, they've been the more physical team from the outset. That's been the difference. That
Chris Humphries.
No with it. 1 point in the game so far. Bulls have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight. 7 for 10.
one of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 7 seconds left in the third quarter.
That's his first personal foul.
Now here's Humphries. With 1 on the clock. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
That's his first personal
2 from Robinson. Oh, he put it down!
And a count.
What a shot! And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Nets. They lead by 14. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. The Fords and Wallace and Humphrey. Bogans is out there with Watson, and it's Blatch in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Noah kicks to Hamilton. But Trey. Brooklyn with the rebound. Blatch has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
defensive foul.
Nate Robinson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. That's leading by 14. Watson with it. Robinson picks him up. Wallace left side. Backing down. Wallace drawing the double team. Over Robinson. No good. And it's Chicago the other way. Here's Malinelli. Rebound by Wallace. Tries to save it. And it's going to be on the bounds. The Nets will retain possession. The Nets shooting 60% so well, 63%. The offense working as one cohesive unit. Back to Humphries. Outside for Blatch. The pass to Bogans. Joakim Noah grabs the miss. Noah's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Robinson passes to Deron. Rebounded by the Nets. Their biggest lead of the game is 21. Bogans is covering. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Nets making a change here. Johnson's checked in. And a change for the Bulls. Jimmy Butler is checked in for Bellinelli. Here's Humphries. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
First minute and a half of basketball play here in the 4th quarter. Hamilton pushes to Butler. Back to Hamilton. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Robinson for 3. Ball's not loose. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Here is Watson. Back to Humphries. Takes it up with 4 hands and grabs it down.
That's a beautiful jam by a very unlikely sort.
And you don't think of him as a highlight reel type player.
I should know. Full do with that one, though.
And the call will be against Gerald Walsh. Second, and that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Butler kicks it to Noah. No good. Excellent D there by Johnson.
Foul.
And Carlos Boozer gets the whistle that time.
Personal
And
foul.
that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Robinson for 3. That's the bucket.
Well, it took him a long time to get that 3-point range. Maybe this will get him going.
Defensive foul. Shooting for Brooklyn. Andrew Blatch.
First one falls for.
Despite the lead, you can't be content with jump shots. You got to continue to pound the ball inside the second half.
Hey, I like what I've seen in their free throw attempt because that points out just what you said, Steve. Fewer outside shots and more attacks at the rim.
The Nets making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Nets leading by 15.
That's what we came to see. Aggressive, assertive basketball.
He just threw that one down with as much strength as he could muster.
Yeah, you got that right. Angry jump.
Defensive
Well,
foul.
you know what you really expect to knock that jumper down when it's a good look like that.
First one goes. He's perfect from the line this time.
Wow, what a turnaround from the line this at. Not one foul shot missed yet.
Well, when you have the lead and you're trying to close out games, you've got to make free throws, and that's exactly what they're doing. And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that shot up. He's gone ice cold here.
I love the flow that they've been playing with offensively tonight. This is an impressive performance.
Well, and that lead just continues to grow and grow.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
Bulls trail by 21. And the call will be against Deron Williams. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Well, guys, you see all these great fans, and it reminds you that sports are really all about this community spirit, pride in the community and the team itself. Whether you're watching the pros or college ball or high school, or just standing around the water cooler, I mean, sports and talking about sports can provide that common bond and a way to make friendships and overcome social barriers.
Rick Lopez is checked in for Andre Blatch. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Well, Steve, you make a great point about the universality of sports. Passionate sports fans from the humblest of settings. Right, Clark, you know this, to the White House. You had a chance to interview President Barack Obama during the NCAA tournament.
You know, it was actually my 2nd time to be in the company of the president on the White House basketball court, and what a treat and pleasure that was to spend time with our president talking about a shared passion and bond with the game of basketball. I'm a blessed man to have been able to experience that not just once, but twice.
Bulls making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Williams with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Shot's good by Williams.
Race over Powell, guys. Big roll, gets him 2 points. Impressive stuff.
Here's Robinson. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
We've seen some great shooting from him today. They've got to lean on him a little bit more.
Nets leading by 19 points. He feeds it to Humphries. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation at the end of the defense.
Deron Williams.
And he shows the focus. The technical.
Well, guys, you know there's been more than a handful of teams that have really been bogged down by a bad contract or two. So they can really handcuff an organization for a long time. But reducing the maximum years of a contract should allow the league to have quicker turnaround for teams that are rebuilding.
Alanello, he's checked in for Chicago. Richard Hamilton on the wing. The 17-footer goes down. There's a minute 47 left to play here in the fourth. There's Williams. And yes, sir, that one drops. Williams has got 12 points in just the second half. Stevie Justin now the league shortened the length of the contract.
Yeah, it's already paying dividends, I think. Yeah, just getting guys on shorter contracts. A more flexible system for the entire NBA, I think, is beneficial for the team.
Robinson, that's good. Nets leading by 20. Johnson kicks to Williams. Williams gets a screen from Johnson. The open shot, Williams. Again, the Nets for 2.
Seems to be recovering after that rough first half. Really starting to play well here.
A shot by Bellinelli. No good.
He may need some rest, guys. He looks tired because he hasn't made anything this quarter. And that should do it. This is an insurmountable lead.
Yep, there's too little time left, too big a deficit to overcome. This one, over.
Outside, Robinson. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth. Just time on the clock. Rebound by Brooke Lopez. The Nets have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Checked in for the Nets. And a change for the Bulls. Brooks checked in. Up with it. And a foul call in the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot right here. That's good from Gibson. He's off on the side. The Nets shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Wallace penetrating. Evans against Gibson. And it's Evans missing. And here is Gibson. Outside Robinson. Pull-up jumper. And that one's good. Timeout called the Nets. They're in front by 21. 3 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Not sure why they're calling this timeout. The game is pretty much over.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Steve. Maybe they just want to bask in the wind just a little longer, but I don't agree with it. Let's go. Get out of here.